Good morning, boys and girls. It's time for our maths lesson now. Now, before we get started on our first activity, we need to remind ourselves of our doubles and halves. So will you answer these questions with me? So what's double one? That's right, it's 2. And double 2? Well done, 4. And double 3? Excellent, it's 6. And double 4? Well done, 8. And double 5? Nice easy one, that's right, it's 10. Okay, now for a bit more of a challenge. What is double 6? Can you remember? That's right, it's 12. Now you need to show me by using your feet to make the 1 10, and then you can make me 2 like this or like this to make the 12. Well done. Okay, double 7. Excellent, well done, it's 14. So we've got our 1 10 here, and then can you show me some different ways of making 4? Well done, okay. Double 8, please, can you remember that one? That's right, it's 16. So here's my 10, and here's my 6 units here to make 16, well done. Okay, double 9, can you remember that one? Well done, that's a really hard one. 18, so we've got 10 here, and then can you find me a way of making 8? What can you do there? Well done. And the nice easy one to finish, double 10, that's right, it's 20. So we've got our 2 10s, our feet here, 10 and 20. Brilliant, well done. Okay, let's have a look at our halves then. So what is half of 10? That's right, it's 5. And half of 8? Well done, 4. And half of 6? Excellent, 3. And half of 4? Well done, is 2. And half of 2? Well done, is 1. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to have a look at this little number generating activity here. Here we've got our robot, and he's given me 5 different numbers. So let's have a look what they are. 3, 4, 2, 9, and 8. And what I want you to do is to have a look closely at those numbers and see if you can see any pairs of doubles and halves. So let me help you out with this one. So here we go. We've got the number 2. Now can anybody spot the number which is double 2? That's right. It's 4. And we know that half of 4 therefore has to be 2. So these 2 numbers here are pairs. Can you see any others here? All right, yes, you're right. So here we've got 8, and we know that half of 8 is 4, and so double 4 must be 8. So we've got a pair there. Okay, let's generate some more numbers and see if we can get any more. Oh, I can see some on this page. Okay, so we've got 5, 6, 3, 10, and 2. So can you see any doubles or halves? Well done. So if you said 5 and 10 are a pair, then you're right, because we know that double 5 is 10, and so half of 10 is 5. And I can also see another pair. Yes, well done. If you said 6 and 3 are a pair, because double 3 is 6 and half of 6 is 3. Now you could have a go at writing down some double and half pairs, going up to numbers up to 10. And if you're feeling really clever, you could write some double and half pairs going all the way to 20. Give that a go. Okay, so for our next activity, I've got one of my most favourite objects. It's my piggy bank, and it came all the way from Denmark, and it was a gift from somebody when I was teaching in a school out there. So it's one of my favourite things, my piggy bank, and it sits on the windowsill in my bedroom. Now for this activity, you're going to need some coins. If you don't have any coins at home, then you need to use something else to represent it, and that's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to count a number of pennies and put them inside the piggy bank. So will you count them with me? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you know that 5 pennies have gone into this piggy bank. And let's just highlight that now on my number line. There we go. Now I'm going to add 2 more pennies. Here they are, 1 and 2. Now, how many will I have put in my piggy bank all together? Well, I could add all the way from the beginning, or I could count on. So we know there's already 5 in here. We're going to put 2 more and we're going to count on. So remember 5, 6, 7. I can highlight on there with 2 spaces. Look, 1, 2 is 6, 7. Okay, so we know there are 7 pennies inside the piggy bank. Now I'm going to add on 2 more. Okay, so we know there are 7, so we need to remember that information. We don't need to start back again at 1 because we know there are 7 inside. So we've got 7, here are 2 more, 1, 2. Okay, so from 7 we're going to do 2 more. 7, 8 is the next number, 9, and we can do that on our number line. So we've got 2 more to highlight here because we put 2 pennies inside. 8, 9. Okay, so altogether there are 9 pennies. So what I want you to do today is to get yourself some pennies. You can get all the way up to 20 if you like, but I want you to choose a number that's below 10, and then I want you to practice adding 2, 3 or 4 more pennies to the pennies that you already have. But I don't want you to count them all from the beginning. I want you to count on from where you already were when you started with your first group of pennies. I also want you to write down what you've been doing today. So do you remember right back at the beginning I started with my 5 pennies, add 2 equals 7, and then I showed you here 7, add 2 more pennies, do you remember, was 9. So this morning I'd like you to practice counting on using pennies and writing down what you've been doing. Don't forget your add symbol and your equals symbol as well. Okay, for our last activity today, I want you to continue practicing this counting on because I think you're getting quite good at it now, but it just needs a little bit more practice. So let's go back to Google and I want you to search for Top Marks website again. So here we go. And then I want you to use that same game that we used yesterday, so dice roll, which I think will actually say roll dice when it comes up. So click on it for me. All right, and I want you to adjust the settings. So we're going to have 2 dice again. So go to setup and tell it that you would like 2 dice and not 1. And you'd also like these dice to have spots or dots on them, not numbers. But they are going to be 6-sided dice, so that's okay. So let's press OK here. All right then, let's roll the dice and see which numbers we get. Here we go. All right now most of you will recognize that this is a 3 and that this is a 1. Most of you won't need to count that because you can just tell, but some of you will need to count it and that's okay. Right then, so we're going to start off with the biggest number first. We already know this is a 3, so we're going to store that information in our head, and then this is a 1, so we're just going to add on 1 more, which is easy for us, isn't it? So the answer is 4. We didn't need to count from the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4, because we already knew that that was a 3. Let's have another go. Let's roll the dice again. See which numbers we get this time. Okay, we've got a double here. All right, so this is 4 and this is 4. Now some of you already know that double 4 is 8, but if you don't, then you need to store this information in your head that this is 4, and then we can just count on. So the next number would be 5, 6, 7 and 8. So what I'm looking for in this activity is that you roll the dice as quick as you can and you calculate those numbers for me. If you'd like a bit more of a challenge, I'd also like you to write down what you've been doing. So let's go back over here. All right, so for that one we've got 4 add 4 equals 8. Okay, so that's an activity just to finish our lesson today.